I invite you to think of the name of someone in your life and then invite the ego to give up a complaint about that person.
Welcome, live now from California, Byron Katie. Welcome to the Greator Festival.
Hello, everyone. So happy to be invited.
Katie, when I see you, when I see your smile, my heart is always opening. It's getting warm. How do you do that?
Oh, I can't take a lot of credit for it. I think it's a state of mind and body. Just, oh my goodness. Yeah.
We have crazy times now all over the world. I know also in the US, also in California. What is going on right now on this planet?
Oh my goodness. I can't say for sure. My life is about inquiry, the inquiring mind. And I can say, this is a divided country. I can say there's COVID everywhere. And I see you on the screen. My heart is warm. I'm connected. This is my world. The other is an illusion, a state of mind as I was describing it. And, when we talk about, the cause of all suffering, which is what we're thinking and believing, the thought of all an experience of misery, suffering, is simply what we're thinking and believing. So when I look at the world sitting here with you, I can only see it through the ego's imagining. So I see the newspaper I read this morning, and and I see an image of that. And this is unnecessary, and this laughter can come naturally out of me because I understand that it's an illusion. This thing in my mind's eye is not the world. It is the ego's attempt to identify as this object that we can call Byron Katie.
There was a lot of information. It was really okay. That was really tough. So you said that we experience what we think, what is in our mind, and this is not true.
Well, it's for everyone to test for themselves. Like I heard you say what you said, and you ended with, and this is not true. So I am remembering you. I see you in my mind's eye. So now there are two of you. There's yours saying that, and then there's the you I see here. So we have two of you. And I see in my mind's eye where we talked earlier. Now there are three of you. So the question, who am I? Okay, there can't be three of me. I see you then. I see you then. I see you now. So who am I? I can see clearly who I am not. And when I'm awake to that, I see you. I'm present. And all the suffering, when we wake up to it, is the ego's play. Was that too much? Am I moving a little too quickly?
Oh no, I think you're not. But I think we are talking now about maybe the biggest question of life. So I think we have a lot of time to go into it step by step. So
okay,
how do we get all the presence you're talking about? How do we get the presence, and how do we see the difference between our ego and being present and seeing the wonderful world, so to say, out there? I know that many years ago, I think in the 70s, you wasn't so happy as you are today, as you have been over the last many years. You had many challenges. You have been addicted to alcohol, to medicine. You really had big struggles in life. How did you go through that time, and what kind of learnings you took from these times in your life?
Well, it was a hard school. It was the school of depression and agoraphobia for more than a decade. Most of that time, I just was in my room, too depressed to even brush my teeth. It was extremely difficult. I don't want anyone to ever have to suffer like that, even though there are people in the world that have suffered more. But it was enough for me. One morning, as I lay sleeping on the floor, because I was so full of self-hatred, I didn't believe I deserved a bed to sleep in. So I would sleep on the floor next to my bed. And then one particular day, as I lay sleeping on the floor, I was fast asleep. And then a bug crawled over my foot and it woke me up. I woke up, and before the ego could fill in the space, I saw how the world was created. I saw how all suffering and identity was created. And so I've been sharing this by invitation around the world, and it's what I share is what was shown to me in that moment. So we all have equal opportunity to kind of be on the floor in the same experience from wherever we are, walking alone with people, waking up to reality. I saw that, the most important thing is when I believed my thoughts, I suffered. And when I questioned them, I didn't suffer. And I've come to see this is true for every human being.
So you created, so to say, the reality at that times to suffer, to have all the addictions laying on the ground. So may I ask, what happened to you? What happened to your life? What kind of thoughts did you have that you created such an horrible life at these times?
Oh, I had the thoughts like, no one really cares. No one loves me. People don't understand me. Life is too hard. I'd rather die than suffer anymore. I don't know what to do. Life is too confusing. When he said what he said, it means he doesn't care about me. These common, for all of you watching, there's the most wonderful thing you can do. Like right now, close your eyes.
Oh, we can do that now, everybody? Okay, should we do it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So everyone close your eyes and just notice any tension. Just let it go. Just notice the breath. Relax. Now in this exercise, I invite you to think of the name of someone in your life. And for example, my mother, my husband, my wife. Just think of an individual in your life and then invite the ego to give up a complaint about that person. Like, I complain about my mother because. Now, what interrupts our meditation when we want stillness, and that's our goal? A complaint. In this process, we invite the ego. I complain about, and we wait for the ego to offer that up to us. So I complain about. Now, as you notice a name coming to your mind, get still and notice the complaint. You might have 3, 4, 5 complaints on that person. Just notice one complaint at a time. This is what interrupts our peace. when we're meditating. Now think of someone else. Now invite the ego to give you a complaint that you have been holding on that person. And continue. That person in your life and complaint. Person, complaint. When the ego really trusts you, it becomes very open with the complaints it offers. Very generous. It loves to complain. So now, in this process, have you experienced a complaint that you had a charge on? Like it was emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what is your complaint?
There was, I don't know, some anger, I was afraid of something. So different emotions came up.
Yes, and can you name the complaint? Like I complain about him or her or them, those people. So I complain about.
Somebody who was judging me for doing something.
Excellent. Was it a him or a her?
A him.
Okay, I complain about him because he judges you. And what was the judgment?
That I was too loud.
Okay.
Judging me that I was too loud.
I complain about him because he thinks I'm too loud.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the next step, you can list these judgments as an exercise, all of you on the other side of this event. He thinks you're too loud. Now let's question. Let's use the questions that I experienced on the floor that day. So you are too loud. He thinks you are too loud. Is it true? Can you really know that it's true, that he thinks you're too loud? He said so.
Yeah. I was afraid, so I think I had no other chance to be loud.
So how do you react when you think the thought, he thinks I'm too loud?
I feel very uncomfortable, and it's not feeling nice because I feel bad. I feel guilty.
Now, when he said you're too loud, there's a cause for those emotions you felt. So close your eyes. He says you're too loud. Now, meditate inside the situation when he says you're too loud. Now, notice the images of past and future. This takes such stillness as you meditate in this. What images of past, future were you witnessing in that situation when he said you're too loud?
Yes, I wish that I'm not too loud, that I'm more relaxed, more calm in that situation.
And you wish it, but those images in your head, the ego offers up.
I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah. This really takes stillness. I am experiencing like the past where people were too loud and people had discussions around it and disapproval around it. And I see images where people accused me of being too loud and I was punished for it. I was talked about. And then I see an image in my mind's eye of the future where they're going to like pass it on, and what will they think of me? And that is the fear. That movie in your head of the future is the fear sitting in that movie. And it happens instantly. He says you're too loud, and you see that movie of the future where you're too loud. People are talking about you, and the image in your head of the past where you were punished for it or someone was, and you don't want to be that guy. So we're sitting in the ego's movie of the not now. We're sitting in the illusion. And as we're sitting in the ego's movie of past, future, the not now past, the not now future. And that really looks like you, but in the past, there you are, really? Or is that just, you can't take that out and touch you. That's not you. And you see the future. That's not you. So who would you be without that movie, the illusion of the not I, past, future, in the moment when he says you're too loud? Who would you be? Get still. Drop the illusion the ego offers up. Look at his face. Get connected. Drop your story. What do you see? And sometimes, for some of you, compassion starts here. The experience of compassion that no one knows what it really is until you've experienced it. Look at him saying you're too loud. Drop your story. What do you see?
Yeah, it's quite interesting, exactly what you said, that I'm judging myself that I was not able to keep the connection and getting loud in that situation, and I'm judging myself for not having the connection. And if I have the connection, I wouldn't react like that. Isn't it always in life about that, having connections and gratitude and compassion for others?
Well, that's our true nature. But the trick isn't to stop the ego, but to be aware of the ego. That not now I past, that not now I future. And to know the difference. That's the illusion. Like, do you remember getting up this morning?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, is that you? You saw an image of you getting up this morning in your head. It's the only way you can believe I got up this morning. It's convincing. It really looks like you. And then you see an image of you having dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, is that you or is that imagination?
I think it's me, but I think you're
Well,
right.
let's look at it. Is that an imagined you or is that you having dinner tonight?
I'm sitting here, so I think it's an imagination, yeah?
I think you're right. So now we have the you getting up in the morning, and we have the you at dinner tonight. And then, who am I? Am I that? That's false. Am I that? That's false. Present. And then you can look around, and there's no time that you are not safe. There's no time that you are not whole. Other than what we're thinking and believing, life is I love to say it's a friendly universe without exception. It's where our mind matches our true nature, and we're at home in ourselves. Now, this way, we're not doing war with the ego, war with each other, war with the people we love so dearly, and yet we'll attack them if they attack our identity. So he told me I'm too loud, turned around. How would you turn that around to an opposite?
The opposite of I'm too loud is I was too quiet.
Okay, so in that situation, did you feel shame? Did you stop talking? How do you interpret, these turnarounds? We kind of just try them on.
The turnaround is that at that moment, my heart was too quiet.
Wow. Yeah.
In that situation. And maybe my ego, my anger, my fear was too loud.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end, it's always important. What I just learned is to have the connection, to have your heart open, be connected, being present and realizing when you fear anger, frustrations, when you suffer, that you are obviously not in the now. So in these situations, how can I handle in the future different?
To notice the answer to who am I? Present. He told me I was too loud in the past. I'm gonna in the future, I better be careful what I say around him. Past, future, past, future. Presence is to simply be aware of. Why people don't why people want to be in the now? Because in the not now, past is full of guilt. The future is full of fear. That's the effect. Those judgments, as we sit in silence, as we experienced a few moments ago, those judgments are the cause of our suffering. The first noble truth in Buddhism is there is misery, there's suffering in the world, and I think we can all agree to that. And the second noble truth is there is a cause for this suffering. And you and I together just looked at the cause of our suffering. It's those images of the not now past, the not present, not now future. That's false. It's an illusion. The third noble truth is there's a way out of this suffering. And inquiry is one way, which in my clumsy attempt, without worksheets and just, they're always free on the work.com. Anyone can just print them and there are directions there. So that third noble truth, there is a way out of this suffering, and that is the way out that I discovered on the floor, that I was gifted on the floor. There are many ways. Oh my goodness, there are many ways in this beautiful world of mind to understand the ego's tricks, the false I, the ego's desperate attempt to be object, to identify as object and be that it can never be. Ego is a word for mind. And mind you can't take out and hold because it's nothing. It's an illusion. The fourth noble truth in Buddhism, I've been told, and it's my experience, is here's how. And that's what Buddhism is. It's a way. And I was shown inquiry. It's a way. And so many people you have invited to speak at the event have the most amazing ways. We're gifted with so many ways to come home and realize the cause of our suffering and how to end it.
Katie, I'm so thankful for your words. What we have what you have just done with me, what we have gone through, part of it were your method, the work. When we educate coaches to get a greater coach, we also teach them to use that 4 questions to help other people to find out what holds them back from being present, what kind of thoughts they have. Can you describe, in the rest of the time we still have, we have 2 minutes left, is it possible to describe the magic of these 4 questions you develop to find out what keeps you away from present?
The result of inquiry: love, peace, connection, fearlessness, curiosity. It's the absence of suffering. It leaves us, it educates the ego not to do war with what is. When the ego trusts us enough through these questions, it finds a home in itself, because itself is true wisdom. There's no separation. There is what we believe, and then there is wisdom. If I ask myself, like, he hurt my feelings, is it true? And I get really still. That's what meditation invites us to get really still. Is it true he doesn't like me, or she? Is it true? And then just meditate and get still. And wisdom, if you really mean it when you ask the question, it's almost like a prayer. Is it true? Then wisdom will just penetrate that illusion. That's the power of truth. It dispels illusion. And anyone with an open mind can do it. If I say, what is your name? And you can answer that question, you can do inquiry.
Katie, one last question. Why do you think, especially in these times, it is so important that there are people out there who have the knowledge to guide other people through these 4 questions to difficult times? Why is it, especially in these times, important to have these people who have the courage to help others?
The illusion brings only suffering, false identity, and it really is the truth that sets us free. And anyone with an open heart and an open mind can sit in this work and find peace. Peace and freedom, again, that's our birthright. And it is within us. And so, this thing you said about you offer the work to people in your coaching. There's a thing on thework.com or byronkatie.com, and I call it 1, 2, 3. And it's an amazing tool, and it's so simple, where my words today may seem complicated. Oh, you dear translators who have to sit in this today or volunteer to sit in it today, thank you for that and your patience. But freedom is our birthright. It's for everyone. But it does take an open mind to sit in ourselves and face these questions.
Katie, I can tell you, you find very easy words which really are, targets the people in their hearts, and I'm quite sure that many people of the community who now have been part of that interview really feels that at the end of the day, how easy it can be if you have the connections to others, if you are in the right state, in the present, how much power it creates and helps us to suffer less, especially in these times. I'm very thankful for being part of the Greater Festival, and hopefully when the things are getting much more normal than it is today, maybe we won't see you here in Germany again, in Cologne. We would love to have you here.
Oh my goodness, my heart's desire, my heart's desire. Kiss the ground you walk on in Germany, all of you. It's precious.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Byron Katie.
Thank you, dear one.
Thank you.
Mwah.